Welcome back to Monticello Minutes. I'm your host, Keith Wallace, and we've got some very special guests in studio today. You may have noticed that right here with us, we've got Bentley Hopper and Honey. Welcome to the show, Bentley.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Now, this is going to be a great episode. I know our viewers are really going to enjoy this. Let's start out by talking a little bit about yourself. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about who you are?
Absolutely. So I'm from Monticello originally. This is home to me. Was then and is now. We, being from here originally, I met my husband, Austin Hopper, and we're married, been married for 6 years. It will be this year. We got Honey as a pup. She'll be turning 7 this year, and we have a 7-month-old baby girl named Lottie as well. So she's the joy of my life. We have a great, a wonderful family I'm thankful for. And we started Meaningful Movement in 2023. So we're excited to be part of Monticello's community and provide some services to the kids here.
And that's what we're going to talk a lot about is Meaningful Movement. Now, the relationship between you and Honey, you say it's been 7 years. Yeah. Austin got you Honey while y'all were in college together. Is that correct?
Yes. She was a birthday gift while I was actually in occupational therapy school. And
you got your occupational therapy degree at UCA.
I sure did.
And you say you've come back here. I know both y'all have moved back here and are working here in the community. And Meaningful Movement is something that, as you said, is very important to you. It's a business that's almost like a mission to help people. And that's one reason we're so happy to have you here, because on Monticello Minute Unscripted, we always like to talk about the great organizations and people that we have in our town and how helpful they can be to our community. And this sounds like something that can be is a great deal helpful. Can you just kind of tell us, what is Meaningful Movement?
Sure. So Meaningful Movement is a outpatient based pediatric only therapy clinic here in Monticello. So we started in 2023. We rented space from Dr. Atkins out at CR Children's Clinic. And we, with the mission to start out with me as sole provider and eventually work up to provide speech therapy as well as eventually, hopefully, physical therapy all in one location for the kids in our community, and to ease that I hate to use the word burden, but almost burden for the parents, because it's kind of hard to find those resources. So we want to be a one-stop shop for the families that need those resources, that they can come to us and feel supported and get those services that they need.
Well, specializes in occupational therapy. Tell our viewers, what is that exactly? What's occupational therapy?
So occupational therapy is something that a lot of people, it's not something that I feel like is super commonly known, because it varies depending on the population and the need. So for us in the pediatric population, a lot of times it's play is an occupation, so we use play-based materials to target goals. And if you have deficits in fine motor skills or self-care skills, coordination, things like that, occupational therapy can help. So we help a lot of kids in the community with and without diagnoses with their fine motor skills, their coordination, their attention, school-related skills, things like that. So it's really a broad practice, which is great but hard to define. So I never get bored. I love it.
Yeah, and like I say, it could be special needs kids, but also kids that don't have to have a diagnosis.
Exactly.
It's just helping, and it's pediatric, so it's children only.
Yes.
And that's where I guess Honey comes in. She is a therapy dog.
Yes.
How would you describe?
A therapy dog. So she's certified through Alliance of Therapy Dogs. Okay. She became a therapy dog when she was 3 years old. We socialized her in the hopes, when we got her as a puppy, in the hopes that she would have the right demeanor and have the right skills, and we could really hone those to where she could eventually go to work with me. And so when she passed her test with flying colors, we were super excited. And
you're able to use her at the office to work with the children.
Yes. We do.
Can you give us an example of how that works?
Absolutely. So we did an Easter egg hunt. Easter just passed not too long ago. So I had the kids manipulate these small eggs. They had to break up the treats. They had to follow my verbal direction to tell them, hey, I want you to hide this egg behind this item or under this. And they manipulated the whole thing, put it together, went and followed directions and hid it, and Honey went and found the egg. So sometimes it's targeted that way, where the whole activity is about Honey, and that's probably her favorite. We also sometimes use her just as a motivator. So, hey, we've got to get to this point so then we can brush Honey. And we've even put bows on Honey's hair to work on our fine motor skills. So there's lots of different uses for her.
And I would think children a lot of times aren't comfortable with adults. I work with kids sometimes in photography, and sometimes they're just not comfortable with me, and they're not comfortable with that camera. But most children are just automatically comfortable with a dog.
That's so true. Yeah. Especially during initial evaluations can be kind of scary. So the first time we see these children and they come into our facility, a lot of times they're a little bit standoffish, and you can kind of tell they have their guard up. And oftentimes once we introduce Honey, it's all bets are off after that. They feel a lot more comfortable.
A total change in expression, total change in everything, I imagine.
Exactly.
To be able to have that. That's a great tool. And to my knowledge, your organization is the only one in our area that is able to utilize that with their therapy. Is that correct?
That's my understanding as well. Yes, and like I said, she's been with me for so many years now, and she's a very relaxed girl. So
I can tell she's getting a nice little nap here on the carpet, and the relationship y'all have together. You got her from a pup. Obviously, she's part of your family.
Yes,
but she's also able to help other families and I think that's great, because so many of us, myself included, have a dog, and they're our dog, and when I go home, he's always happy to see me, and it gives me something I need, but he stays at home, and he don't like other people for the most part, unless you start petting him, and then you can't get rid of him. But she's got the demeanor, she's got the training, that she is open and willing to help anybody, and that gives the kids something that really can move them along faster and better in their therapy.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Really does.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about, for people who may not be familiar with where you're at.
Sure. So we're right off of 425, just past Stevenson Duren Funeral Home. So if you're headed north towards Star City, we're right there on the left. We're at the very end in that little complex. We have a big, bold, bright sign that'll light up at night. So if you're looking for us, we're right there on the end with the sign.
Might be a little hard to see when you're going north, but when you're coming back south, you can see it very plain. Big sign, meaningful movement right there in the back. Plenty of parking, easy to get in and out of. Now, if somebody's wanting to follow along with you online, do you have a website?
We do. You're welcome to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Meaningful Movement Therapy, as well as our website, meaningfulmovementtherapy.com.
And if somebody wanted to call and make an appointment, do you have a phone number they can give a ring?
We do. It's 870-412-4856. We are always happy to share information through phone. We have an email submission too if you prefer not to call us, and that's an option on our website. But we are doctor referral based, so we do need a referral
so
from
a doctor
physician.
has to refer. Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering, if I called up there and asked to talk to Honey, would she answer the phone, or would somebody have to page her?
If she has been working really hard, you might hear a pant in the background. She's happy to engage, but you can page her and leave her a message anytime you need.
Well, good. I know she'll be ready to help for sure.
Yes.
Well, that's all great, interesting stuff. I'm so happy you came in today and brought Honey with you. I think our viewers are really going to enjoy hearing about this, because what you're doing out there, to me, is great, and it's something that I didn't know we had here in Monticello, and a lot of parents might not know we have. So if parents are out there and you feel like your child needs some therapy, occupational wise, go see your doctor, get a referral, come see Bentley up at Meaningful Movement.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Monticello Minute Unscripted. I'm your host, Keith Wallace. We're recording in the Advanced Printing Studios right off the square in beautiful downtown Monticello, and we are very happy to have one of our sponsors with us today, Monticello Chevrolet GMC Sales Manager, Mr. Chris Van Duren. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Mr. Keith, thank you for having me.
Now, Chris and I have been friends for a long time. We go way back in the car business. We used to work together in the car business.
We did.
I got out of the car business. I wasn't cut out for it anymore, but Chris has stayed the course and helped to guide the ship on a staple of Monticello, the Monticello Chevrolet GMC.
I have.
Before you start talking about the dealership, which I know we're going to hit some things on that, some high spots, kind of tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. You're from Woodlawn originally.
I am from Woodlawn, born and raised there, live there now. Did live in Monticello for a few years, but I've been working in Monticello for 15 years now.
Time flies. Time flies. And we were talking about your kids and all the coaching you're doing. They're in youth sports and everything. So I know you're still very involved in the communities, in your personal life. And, of course, the dealership's involved in the community. That's what I always tell people when I talk about our local dealerships and our local businesses, how involved they are in the community. And we're big supporters, obviously, of everything Monticello. And to have the Chevrolet dealership here, what y'all offer and everything to this community is invaluable to me. And I wish you would tell us a little bit about what's offered at Monticello Chevrolet GMC.
Man, we've been blessed with the opportunity, last year to go and be a part of the state tournament, baseball tournament at Monticello High School. And then also with Drew Central making it into the football playoffs, went out and fed the team. So we've done that with them. Really involved at UAM, obviously, as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then, just surrounding communities. Like you said, I coach at Woodlawn. I coach 2 travel baseball teams and then a league softball team. So always on the go. And
everybody knows if you're searching for a Chevrolet or GMC product, you go to Monticello Chevrolet GMC because you got great selection. You've got great prices. You've got a great staff, people who are there to work for you, people who are there to help you. Your sales staff's top notch. Obviously, you've been the sales manager out there for several years. And we had the owner in last year and was blessed to meet him and hear a little bit about his story, coming here and buying the dealership. And we're interested. I know also y'all have a mechanics there. If you have a Chevrolet GMC product, you need to have it serviced or you need to have it worked on. That's the place to take it.
We have a lot of people all over Southeast Arkansas bring their vehicles to us for service. We have an amazing service facility, a lot of great people that work back there. And a lot of hometown people that work right there in sales. A couple of my guys have been there for a really long time. Great guys.
Oh, yeah.
Keon came in. He did kind of change up a lot of things. He comes in with a big dealership mentality. So pricing has gotten tremendously better. You don't have to drive up to Little Rock to get those great deals. You can look on MonticelloChevyGMC.com and just kind of relay that back and forth with all the other dealerships in the area. But the key thing is you can go out of town and buy, but that would make it to where you're not buying from us, the people that you see every day. And I'm kind of like Keith. If I'm going to buy something and I'm having trouble, I want to go see the guy and not have to drive 2 hours away. I want to see him at Walmart and say, hey, man, I need to get that thing in. So
that's right. One thing I learned in the car business, and I know you can attest to it as well, vehicles, as good as they are, they're still machines. And you're going to have problems. And the service side of a dealership is, like I said, invaluable. To have somewhere right here in our town with mechanics who are knowledgeable, experienced, have been there through the years, that you can bring it in, and they're going, they're going to get accommodated. The customer's going to know that this is my hometown dealership. This is where this is a place I want to support because it supports me and it supports my community.
Well, just to kind of talk about a few people inside my sales department that staples in the community that's been here for a long time, Steve Jones, Wesley Curtis, and Hoyt Birch. These guys will go out of their way to go. It'll be nothing for them to pull up at 8:30 and be in someone else's ride that they've went and got from their workplace to bring it in for service and to take it back to them later on. So, that's a big deal. These guys work really hard to make sure that their customers are taken care of after the sale. It's easy to sell a car, but going that extra mile really helps.
Long hours. That's a great way to describe people who work in the automotive industry. I said I wasn't cut out for it. And that's one of the reasons. The hours are long because there's so much responsibility to your customers, not just on the sales end, which most people think about, because they see all those brand new cars out there, and that's what makes people pull in and fall in love with their next vehicle. But it's also after the sale, everything that goes into taking care of a customer and making a customer understand, hey, we're here for you. We're going to take care of you. And you get that at Monticello Chevrolet GMC.
Well, you kind of get what you put into it. And I know you said it wasn't something that you were cut out for, but that's because you went above and beyond for your customers when you were in the business.
I did stick around for 12 years. I ain't trying to act like I washed out or anything.
Well,
I was in it for a long time.
When you do it the right way, 12 years feels like 120.
Exactly. I definitely felt the age for sure.
So, yeah, I've been doing it for a total of 20 years now, Keith, in the car business.
The relationships, Chris, for 20 years. You make so many relationships.
You do.
So many. I still see people, and now it's been 11 years since I've sold a vehicle, so most of them aren't still driving vehicles I sold them.
Right.
But every one of them still says, "Oh man, we miss you."
Yeah.
You know, and you make that type of relationship. It's part of being a hometown dealership. I never worked at a large dealership out in a big city. But being at a small town dealership, you understand the purpose and the value that's there. Y'all tell us a little bit about some stuff that may be coming up or some things that y'all have got going on out there at the dealership.
Man, so one of the things that we've done here recently, as far as in the future, there's a lot of stuff. Keon wants to stay really involved in the community.
Of course, yeah.
But the most recent thing that we've done that a lot of people overlook is we went out and fed the entire workforce of Maxwell Hardwood Flooring.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We went out and fed them lunch one day. Hoyt and one of our other guys went out there, cooked a bunch of hamburgers, fed that entire workforce center, and it was just a really great turnout, man. And it's stuff like that I enjoy giving back to the community. Obviously, doing stuff for the youth and the schools and stuff is something that is a big part of this whole city.
Of course.
But kind of going outside the box there and just showing our appreciation for something like that. That's what we really want to get back into the wood grains of what makes this city move.
That's right. That's right. And like you said before, you don't have to go out of town to get a good deal. Y'all, on your new vehicles, you've always got promotions, rebates from the manufacturers, hometown discounts. You got a finance department that's going to work to get their customers a good rate. So, you're saving people money several different ways, in as well as, being involved in the community. Now, y'all have used vehicles as well. It's not just new vehicles. If somebody wants something pre-owned, stop by there and talk to one of your sales consultants that you were talking about, and they'll work with you. They'll do what they have to do to find a vehicle that's going to be the right vehicle for the customer.
Yeah, and if you don't see necessarily something on the pre-owned lot, we move those a lot. I mean, we sell a lot of pre-owned vehicles. So right now, even our pre-owned inventory looks pretty slim, but just get in touch with us if there's something specific that you're looking for. We'd be more than happy to look out. We've got tons of different options to be able to get different vehicles. Doesn't have to necessarily be a GM vehicle. It can be anything in the world that you could possibly want. And just come see us, man. If for nothing else, you'll have a good time laughing at us because we enjoy working up there. We have a great time.
You got to have fun because you're there a lot. The work family really becomes like family.
That's right.
For sure. Well, we appreciate your sponsorship of this program. We pride ourselves on finding the good things in our community and letting people know about them and using this broadcast to really spotlight all the amazing opportunities and amazing people and amazing organizations here in our town. And we couldn't do that without the support of our sponsors. So we definitely appreciate that. And it's been a pleasure having you on. And I look forward to seeing you again, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
We're back on Monticello Minute Unscripted. And we've got our guest artist in studio. She is a senior at the University of Arkansas at Monticello, an art major getting ready for her senior art show. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is Sobczak.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a senior at UAM. This is my third college I'm attending. I've attended UALR and SAU before this.
You're originally from Sherwood, I believe.
Yes, I'm from Sherwood, Arkansas. I'm a UAM cheerleader, and obviously I'm completing the art program at UAM.
Well, it's great to have you in here. You and I were talking a little bit before we started filming, and y'all just come back from a big cheerleading competition and did very well.
Yes.
I saw that. Finished 5th out of 25 teams down in Daytona, Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
So y'all know you're busy, and it's going to get even busier because your senior art show's coming up. And I know as an art student who's devoted the last 4 years of her life to getting training and education and experience in different types of art, different mediums, and really learning the craft, this is a big moment to be able to display your work right there in the library in the center of the campus where everybody can see it.
Yes, I'm super excited. It's an honor.
So tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to accomplish by your time learning art. Now, you're a liberal arts major, correct?
Yes, I'm a liberal arts major with a focus in studio arts, and I am hoping to go to grad school to get my art education degree.
Okay.
And work at a high school as an art teacher.
So you're wanting to be an art teacher. Well,
Yes,
that's
sir.
awesome. Some of the most influential people are art teachers. You know, I can still remember back when I was in high school, my art teacher, Miss Dunn, she was super, worked with me, always made me feel good about what I was doing, encouraged the students to really explore their self with their art. And then at UAM, which I know Tom Richard is your teacher. He was mine too when I was out there. And just a good influence. And I know recently y'all have upgraded the facilities out there, got to move into a new space to give you a little bit more freedom. I'm so happy for that. We love UAM here. We're always talking about the great things that UAM has going on and the opportunities that they offer for people in our community, and the art program is one of those. Tell us a little bit about your favorite, what do you like to work in as far as art?
So I've actually always been into alcohol-based markers, and then when I took a class under Tom Richard at UAM, I just fell in love with watercolor, and now it's my preferred media. I feel like that's mainly what I use, but I like to experience with other things.
Let's break that down. Alcohol-based markers, that's a new one. I've never heard that. Tell me, what is that?
So they're basically just like your classic Crayola markers, but instead of having a water base, it's alcohol-based, so they're easier to blend.
Gotcha. Did not know that. Learned something over here. So you could blend the colors together like you would a paint just by using a marker. Now, watercolor, that's a difficult medium to work in, I thought, because obviously it's a little runny, it's a little messy.
It's time-consuming.
Very time-consuming, but it can also make some beautiful, beautiful pieces of art by the way the colors do blend together. Is that kind of what draws you to it, the way you can kind of manipulate the colors and the textures?
I think I love the layering aspect of things. So it definitely teaches you patience as you wait for each layer to dry to be able to add more, but the layering and combining of different colors. I'm very interested in color theory. So
Nice. And I know you brought a piece in that we're going to get to here shortly, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get into that, let's tell our viewers out there how they can view your work at the big art show coming up. Now, your show is going to launch on the 17th of this month. So that would be coming up pretty quick.
it's Friday.
This coming Friday, and it's going to be at the library right there in the middle of campus at UAM. You just walk right in, and everything will be on display on the walls. People can come in at any time and just walk through and kind of browse your work, correct?
So it'll be open Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to 3, and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 3.
All right, there's specific times. Be sure to jot that down. And you're going to be doing a reception, actually, where you will be there talking about the work, talking about yourself as an artist, and that's going to be on what day?
That's Tuesday, April 21st from 6 to 8 p.m.
Perfect. April 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. You want to be at the library at UAM checking out M's artwork. Now, do you have any other way that people can follow along with your art and progress? Do you have a Facebook page or a
I have
website?
an Instagram page
Instagram, perfect.
called Easel M's Edition.
Love it. Easel M's Edition. Well, that all sounds fascinating. To be an artist, it's just something that I feel like it's part of you. You're born with it. I think everybody's got a little bit of artist in them, but not everybody knows how to bring it out. How did you first start to realize that art was where you wanted to spend your life?
Well, when I was younger, I always loved music. And so when I would hear music, for me anyway, I would always picture what the lyrics were discussing, which is kind of what my exhibit's about.
Gotcha.
And man, I was so young, but I've just loved making art based off all the different songs I hear my whole life. So.
That's great. That's so interesting to me because you visualized. You listened to something that didn't have a picture and you created a picture in your mind. When you put stuff on canvas, do you mainly work out of your mind? Do you mainly work out of stuff that you visualize?
I usually come up with, my visual of what the song is representing, and I'll connect some reference images, clip them together how I saw it fit, and then I paint from that.
Just let it flow out. Well, that's good. I know you brought a piece in with you.
Yes.
Let's take a look at it. We're going to hold that up so that we can get it good in the camera view. I love obviously there's a message that sticks out immediately when you look at this picture. The composition is so well done, and the colors. I tell people all the time, most folks who just casually observe art, the color is what brings them, is what they look at first. It's the most attractive. And this has some very attractive colors. Tell us how you came up with this inspiration for this artwork, and go from there.
So this piece is based off the song Orange Juice by Noah Kahan. He's one of my favorite artists because his lyrics tend to be very deep and emotional and tend to resonate with me. This song in particular is about being at a family reunion, not drinking, and so they give you the orange juice that was there for the kids.
Oh, okay.
So as a family, I come from a family that, down the line has had a lot of alcoholism.
Gotcha.
And so this song just resonated with me immediately. So I wanted to portray it.
And again, you touched on something that is huge in the artist's scope, and that's emotion. The song evoked an emotion in you, and you used your artistic ability to invoke emotion onto the canvas. So when somebody else looks at this picture, they may have never heard that song. They may have no reference from the audio version, but from a visual standpoint, they see the emotion and they understand what you're trying to portray here. And that's incredible. That's what art's all about, that you can take that and take a song and turn it into a picture like that.
Thank you.
I'm guessing a lot of your work is going to be along this same line, a watercolor that's inspiration off of a song you heard.
So it's not just watercolor, it's a multimedia exhibit. So I have everything ranging from oil painting, sculptures, wood burning,
everything
watercolor.
You've done in the past 4 years.
I tried to let the media express what the song was. So like if it was a sad song, trying to pick like a flowy, more emotional material to express the mood.
Well, I tell you, that sounds fascinating. And once again, go by and check out her art show. And if you can, be there on the 21st, because just listening to you describe the inspiration, I feel like is one of the best parts of the show. Understanding where this come from and talking about the songs. Will there be music playing at the show?
Yes, I'll actually have scanners underneath each painting so you can follow along on the music, and they'll be playing from speakers.
Oh, that's incredible. Definitely want to check that out. We thank you for coming in, and we wish you the best on your artistic journey. I hope you get into grad school and go ahead and become a teacher one day so you can teach students what you've learned and what you know and help them become better artists.
Thank you so much.
You have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you on your show.
You too. Thank you.
We're excited here at Monticello Minute Unscripted to have our sponsors, Monticello Chevrolet GMC, Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union, and the Woods, a Nightingale community. We thank them for their support and for making this broadcast possible.